Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adrian Talks English. I'm Adrian, and I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a regular listener, we are so glad you're here.
Hey there, I'm Alara, and great to have you all with us. I was thinking this morning, today's topic is one I really wish someone had taught me earlier. It makes such a big difference.
It really does. So here's something I want you to think about. Have you ever listened to a native English speaker and thought, wait, what did they just say? They were speaking English, but it sounded like one long word?
Exactly. Like everything runs together and you can't tell where one word ends and the next one begins. That's what we're talking about today, how native speakers connect words when they speak.
And here's the good news. This isn't random. Native speakers follow patterns when they connect words. And once you learn these patterns, your listening will improve dramatically. You'll understand so much more.
That's right. And not only will your listening get better, your speaking will sound more natural too. People will think, wow, this person sounds like a real English speaker.
So by the end of today's episode, you're going to understand why English sounds so fast. You're going to recognize the main ways native speakers connect words, and you're going to be able to practice these yourself.
I love it. And here's a question for you right now. Write this in the comments. Tell us, where are you listening from today? And tell us, do you find fast native English hard to understand? We'd love to know.
Yes, please write that in the comments. We read every single one. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss an episode. We post new content every week just for you.
All right, let's jump in. We've got so much great stuff to cover today. Let's start with the foundation. Why does English sound so connected in the first place?
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Why does English sound so fast and connected? The answer is something called linking. Linking is when native speakers connect the end of one word to the beginning of the next word. They don't stop between every single word. They flow from one word into the next.
Right. So think about this. In your language, you might say every word separately, with a tiny pause. But in English, especially in fast, natural speech, the words connect. They blend together.
Let's start with the most common type of linking. This is called consonant-to-vowel linking. The rule is simple. If a word ends in a consonant sound and the next word begins with a vowel sound, native speakers connect them. They link them together smoothly.
So, for example, pick it up. In slow speech, you might say pick it up. 3 separate words. But native speakers say pick it up. Or even faster, pick it up. It all flows together.
Here are some more examples. Listen to these. Turn it off becomes turn it off. Give it a try becomes give it a try. Put it on becomes put it on. Can you hear how the words connect?
And here's one I use all the time. Check it out. Not check it out, but check it out. Or not at all. That's a beautiful one. It becomes not at all. One smooth sound.
I remember the first time I really noticed this. Someone said to me, I want it. And I thought, what's a want it? I'd never heard that word. But of course, it was I want it. The T at the end of want connected to the I at the beginning of it.
So here's your practice right now. I want you to say these out loud. Don't be shy. Nobody's watching. Say, pick it up. Now faster. Pick it up. Now try, turn it on. Now, turn it on. How does that feel?
And here's the thing. You don't need to force it. When you speak at a natural speed, this linking happens almost automatically. You're not going to stop between every word in normal conversation anyway, right?
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the negative forms. When you have words like don't or can't, the same linking applies. I don't understand can become I don't understand. I can't do it becomes I can't do it.
Write this in the comments. Try writing one sentence using consonant-to-vowel linking. For example, I put it away. Try connecting the sounds and write the linked version. We want to see what you come up with.
Great idea. Now, this first type, consonant-to-vowel linking, is the most common one. It happens constantly in natural English. Once you start listening for it, you'll hear it everywhere.
So to summarize this section, linking means connecting words smoothly. The most basic type is when a consonant sound at the end of a word connects to a vowel sound at the start of the next word. This makes English flow naturally and sound fast.
All right, now let's build on what we just learned. We talked about consonant-to-vowel linking, but what about when two vowel sounds meet? What happens when a word ends in a vowel sound and the next word also starts with a vowel sound?
Oh, this is a great one. So native speakers can't just stop between two vowel sounds. It feels awkward. Instead, they add a small extra sound to connect them smoothly. It's almost invisible, but it's always there.
Right. There are two versions of this. The first one, when a word ends in an E sound, like me or we or she, native speakers add a small y sound before the next vowel. So I becomes I am. She asked becomes she asked.
Let me give you some real examples. I agree. Say it fast. I agree. We always. We always. She is. She is. Can you hear that tiny y sound sneaking in there? It just makes the transition smooth.
And the second version, when a word ends in an oo sound, like you or who or do, speakers add a small w sound. So you are becomes you are. Who asked becomes who wa asked. Do it becomes do it.
In real life, this sounds like how are you becomes how are you okay. It all runs together with these tiny connector sounds. Native speakers don't even think about this. It just happens naturally.
So compare formal versus informal usage here. In a very formal speech or presentation, you might slow down and be more careful. But in everyday conversation, with friends, with coworkers, in a coffee shop, everything flows together with these connector sounds.
Exactly. Formal. She is able to assist you. Informal fast. She is able to assist you. Okay? You see how different they sound even though the words are exactly the same?
Now, here's a quick practice activity. I'm going to say the beginning of a sentence, and you say it out loud and add the connector sound. Ready? I always. What connector sound do you add? That's right. I always. Good.
First, listen for the last sound of the first word. Second, decide if it ends in an E sound or an oo sound. Third, add either a y or a w to connect smoothly to the next word.
Now, write this in the comments. Can you think of a sentence where two vowel sounds meet? Something like, she opened it, or go ahead. Write it and try connecting the sounds. We'd love to see your examples.
So, to review, when two vowel sounds meet in English, native speakers add a connector sound. Y connects E endings to the next vowel. W connects oo endings to the next vowel. These tiny sounds are what make English flow so naturally. Once you hear them, you can't unhear them.
Okay, we've talked about how words connect with linking sounds, but there's another big reason native English sounds so fast. Sometimes speakers don't just connect sounds, they actually drop sounds or reduce them completely.
Yes, this is called elision, when a sound disappears, and reduction, when a sound becomes much shorter and quieter. This is huge for understanding fast English.
Let's start with elision. One of the most common examples, when and appears in the middle of a sentence, native speakers often reduce it to just n, or even just a tiny n sound. Fish and chips becomes fish and chips. Black and white becomes black and white.
Here's another big one, the word to. In everyday speech, to often becomes t or t. I want to go becomes I want to go. I'm going to becomes I'm gonna. You've definitely heard these before.
Oh yes, wanna and gonna. Every English learner learns these eventually. And here's another one. Have to becomes hafta. I have to leave becomes I have to leave. Has to becomes has to. These reductions happen constantly.
And it's not just small words. Even bigger words get reduced. For politeness, could you becomes coulda. Would you becomes woulda. Did you becomes didya. I told you becomes I toldya.
Now, here's an important tip. You don't have to use these reduced forms yourself if you don't feel comfortable, but you absolutely need to recognize them when you hear them. That's the key for your listening comprehension.
Great point. So the guidance here is, if you want to sound more natural, start experimenting with gonna and wanna in casual conversation. But in formal writing, in emails, in professional situations, always write going to and want to. Never write gonna in a formal email.
Okay, let's talk about mistakes. And honestly, we've both made versions of these mistakes when we were learning. These are so common, and it's completely normal. So don't feel embarrassed if you recognize yourself here.
Mistake number 1. Saying every word separately and clearly, like you're reading a list. For example, a learner might say, I want to go to the store. Each word gets equal stress and a tiny pause. This sounds very robotic to native speakers.
The correct version is to let the words flow together. I want to go to the store. Or at minimum, I want to go to the store, with smooth connections. The sentence has a natural rhythm. Some words are stressed, some are reduced, and they all connect.
Why does this happen? Because in the classroom, we often learn words one by one. We see them on a page. We practice them slowly. So we think that's how they should sound. But spoken English has its own music, its own rhythm.
Mistake number 2, trying to hear every word separately when listening. A learner hears check it out and thinks there's a word called check it. They get confused and miss the meaning completely because they're trying to decode something that doesn't exist.
The fix is to listen for meaning in chunks, not individual words. Don't try to catch every single word. Focus on the key words, the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives. Let the small connecting words flow past you.
Mistake number 3. Avoiding reductions because they feel wrong or informal. A learner thinks, my teacher told me to say going to, so I'll never say gonna because that's incorrect. But actually, refusing to use any reductions can make your speech sound stiff and unnatural. The better approach? Use formal language in formal situations and practice relaxed, natural speech in casual conversation. Both are correct. Both have their place. You need both styles.
And mistake number 4. This one's a funny one. Trying to use all the reductions at once. You learn gonna, wanna, hafta, coulda, woulda, and then you try to use them all in every single sentence. That can actually sound strange too.
Practice them one at a time. Start with gonna this week. Get comfortable. Then add wanna. Build up slowly. Natural language develops with practice over time, not all at once.
The most important thing? Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake you make in English is teaching you something. Every time you try to use a natural pattern and it doesn't quite work, that's still progress. That's still learning.
Exactly. These patterns take time. Native speakers spent years developing them without even thinking about it. You're doing something much harder. You're learning them consciously. Give yourself credit for that and keep going.
All right, it's practice time. This is my favorite part of every episode.
We're going to do a choose the correct sentence activity. I'll give you 2 options, and you decide which one sounds more natural for everyday conversation. Ready? Here we go. Situation 1. You're talking to a friend and you want to say you're planning to see a movie tonight. Option A, I am going to watch a movie tonight. Option B, I'm going to watch a movie tonight. Which is more natural in casual speech? Option B, right. I'm going to watch a movie tonight. Option A is grammatically perfect, but in a casual conversation with a friend, option B sounds more natural. Option A might actually sound a little stiff. Situation 2. Your coworker asks for help. Option A, could you help me with this? Option B, could you help me with this? In a relaxed workplace with a colleague you know well, which do you choose? Both are fine, actually. This is a great example. With a close colleague in a relaxed setting, could ya sounds warm and natural. In a more formal workplace or with someone you don't know well, could you is the safer choice.
Situation 4. You hear someone say, "I told you so." Do you A, panic because you don't know the word told ya? Or do you B, recognize it as told you with a reduction and move on?
Option B, of course. Don't panic over reductions. Recognize the pattern, understand the meaning, and keep following the conversation. That's real listening comprehension.
Now here's your challenge. Write your own sentence in the comments using one of the connection patterns we talked about today. Use linking or a reduction like gonna or wanna. Be creative. Show us what you've learned.
Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to sound natural, to communicate clearly, and to feel confident. Real conversation is always more important than perfect grammar. Get out there and speak.
Wow, what a great episode! I feel like we covered so much today, and I'm honestly so proud of everyone who stayed with us the whole way through. You've just taken a big step toward understanding real, natural English.
That's right. Let's quickly go over the 3 main things we covered today. First, consonant-to-vowel linking. When a word ends in a consonant sound and the next word starts with a vowel sound, they connect. Pick it up becomes pick it up. Second, vowel-to-vowel linking with connector sounds. A tiny Y or W sound appears between vowels to keep speech smooth. Third, elision and reduction. Sounds disappear or get shorter. Going to becomes gonna. Want to becomes wanna. These make English sound fast and natural.
And here's the truth. None of these things are mistakes. None of these are lazy speech. This is how English actually works in real life. Your teachers may have taught you textbook English, and that's a great foundation. But now you're learning real English. The English people actually speak every single day.
Here's a question for you to think about before next time. Which of these patterns do you think will help your listening the most? Linking, connector sounds, or recognizing reductions like gonna and wanna? Think about it and write your answer in the comments. We'd really love to know.
And here are your action steps for this week. Number 1, when you watch a TV show or YouTube video in English, listen specifically for linking. Try to catch words connecting together. Number 2, practice saying gonna, wanna, and hafta out loud in casual sentences. Number 3, write one example sentence using linking in the comments below this video.
Don't forget, if you found this episode helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who's learning English. And most importantly, subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss an episode. We make these episodes just for you, and your support means everything to us.
You are doing amazing.
Learning a language is one of the hardest and most rewarding things you can do. Every single episode you listen to, every sentence you practice, every comment you write, it all adds up. You are getting better every single day. We believe in you. Keep practicing, keep speaking, keep listening. English is not just a language. It's a door to the whole world. And you're opening that door right now. We're so happy to be on this journey with you. See you next time.